JT Toppin is coming back to school. He was a guy that had a very real chance to be a back end of the first round pick, was more or less a lock to be one of the guys that you would expect to go because he would have been top 40, 45 in the draft, which is more or less a guarantee to get some kind of guaranteed deal. And if he had been the 30th pick in the draft, he would have made $2.3 million next year. But he is coming back to school and he's going to make nearly double that. I think we've gotten to a point now, and this is a different topic for a different day, but where if you're not a lottery pick, you have to make a very, very real choice about what you want to do. Do you want to lock in something where you're guaranteed to have 4 years of income, or do you want to double the amount of salary you're going to make in that 1 year and see if you can't make a little bit more by moving up in the draft with your performance? But Christian Anderson coming back to school has a chance to be an all-league caliber guy. JT Toppin coming back to school has a very real chance to be National Player of the Year or preseason National Player of the Year in that kind of conversation. If they get Darian Williams back, and he has entered the portal, he's also entered the draft. If you get Darian Williams back, I'm going to have a very difficult time not penciling Texas Tech into my preseason top 3 and potentially even number 1, depending on what happens elsewhere in the country. Looking at you, Houston. Looking at you, Purdue.
I'd be surprised if Darian Williams comes back. Right now, he's locked in and trying to go to the NBA, put his name in the portal. You got to figure if you're Texas Tech. Now, again, can they raise money in the 11th hour? You know, these kids that are putting their name in for the draft and the portal, generally, you know, if they decide to come back to college, there's a lot of teams at that point that will have money left over, that have missed on guys that will need to spend it. So I'd be surprised if he goes back. Usually when you go in the portal like that, you don't return to the same school. So, again, I'd be surprised, but it could be for leverage too, just with Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. It's a smart business decision to do this because Coleman Hawkins 2 years ago didn't do this, came out of the draft process and really didn't have any leverage, if you remember, with Illinois, and didn't get a ton of money, comparatively speaking.
Yeah, the Coleman Hawkins is also the perfect example of what to do when you last year when he stayed in the draft and came back. And when he came back, all of a sudden there's a scarcity of players available. Darian Williams might be able to drum up the same amount of money that JT Toppin got elsewhere, or at least use it to say, I got this offer here. Can you guys get me to this number and I'll come back to school? Personally, I'm rooting for him to go back to Texas Tech because I think that would be unbelievable to see them run it back. Grant McCaslin, Christian Anderson, Darian Williams, and JT Toppin, man, like that is like that's legit. There's a very real chance that could be the number 1 team in college basketball next year in Lubbock.
You know when I realized they had FU money? When I was down there, not this past year, but the year before that, and I saw their practice facility with their scoreboard. Their scoreboard is the biggest thing you have ever seen in the practice facility. It is. There's a bunch of them there, but like it belongs in their regular arena. It is. I mean, the amount of money. I forget his name. Dusty something is their big booster there. And again, Texas Tech's got real money. They paid a softball player $1 million. That's how you know they got real money.
Yeah, Jeff. There's a lot of money in those cattle auctions. We've seen a cattle auction. I saw how much money those guys make in those cattle auctions.
Oil too. There's some oil money down there too.
Yeah, they made at Kansas State when we went to the cattle auction. The guy that owned it made 3 JT Toppins in one day at a cattle auction. Which, you know what? Maybe I got to start selling some cows or something, man. Maybe I'm in the wrong business here. All right, Xavier Lee. I do now, but you know what? I got on the Peloton yesterday. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go down and
Dusty Womble. Trevor just texted us. It's Dusty Womble. That's right.